Hello and welcome. Today we are going to discuss about conformity. Why do we conform with pressure? From a young age, we are taught to follow the rules, fit in and conform to social norms and expectations. While some level of conformity is necessary for functioning society, the pressure to conform can also stifle individuality, creativity, and personal growth. We are going to learn why it is important to recognize and resist these pressures when we do not align with our values and goals as we grow old. Social media platforms can be breeding ground for conformity, as people often feel pressured to present curated image of themselves that aligns with popular trends and expectations. The constant barrage of filtered photos, perfect lives, and goals can make us feel like we need to conform to a certain standard of beauty, success, or lifestyle. However, it is important to remember that social media is often highlight real, and a true authenticity and individuality are far more vulnerable than likes and followers. Advertising is a powerful tool that shapes our perception of what is desirable, acceptable, and norm. From the clothes we wear to the food we eat, ads often promote a narrow and homogeneous view of society, encouraging us to conform to certain brands, style, and behavior. However, it is important to recognize that the goal of advertising is to sell product, not to promote individual expression or diversity. Peer pressure is a common way that society pressure us to conform, especially during adolescence and young adulthood. The desire to fit in and be accepted by our peers can be strong, leading us to adopt certain behaviors, attitudes, or beliefs that may not align with our own true self. However, it is important to remember that true friends will accept and support you for who you are, not who they want you to be. Cultural norms and traditions can be a powerful force for conformity, as they often dictate what is considered acceptable or appropriate behavior within a given society. From gender roles to religious practices, cultural norms can shape our identities and limit our individual expression. However, it is important to recognize that cultural norms are not fixed or universal, and it's okay to question or challenge them when they don't align with your values or beliefs. The education system is often designed to promote conformity with standardized tests, rigid curriculums, and focus on compliance and obedience. While education is important for learning and growth, it is also important to recognize that true learning often happens outside of the classroom, through exploration, creativity, and critical thinking. Don't be afraid to question or challenge what you are taught, and seek out alternative perspectives and ways of learning. The workplace can be breeding ground for conformity, as employees often feel pressure to fit in with the company culture, dress code, and expectations. From the way we dress to the way we communicate, the workplace often rewards conformity and discourages individuality or dissent. However, it is important to remember that your worth as an employee is not determined by how well you conform, but by the skills, talents, and unique perspective you bring to the table. Political systems often rely on conformity to maintain power and control, encouraging citizens to adopt certain beliefs, values, or ideologies. From partisan politics to propaganda, political pressure to conform can be strong and pervasive. However, it is important to remember that true democracy thrives on diversity of thoughts and the free exchange of ideas, and it's okay to question or challenge political norms when they don't align with your values or beliefs. The media is a powerful tool for shaping public opinion and promoting conformity, as it often presents a narrow and biased view of the world. From the news outlets to the entertainment media, the media can influence our perceptions of what is normal, acceptable, or desirable. However, it is important to approach media with a critical eye and seek out diverse perspectives and sources of information. Language is a subtle but powerful way that society pressures us to conform, as it often reflects and reinforces dominant culture norms and values. From the words we use to the way we speak, language can shape our perception of the world and limit our individual expression. However, it is important to recognize that language is fluid and ever-changing, and we have the power to shape and redefine it to reflect our own unique experience and identities. Beauty standards are a powerful way that society pressures us to conform, as they often promote a narrow and unrealistic ideal of physical appearances. From the images we see in the media to the products we are sold, beauty standards can make us feel like we need to fit in a certain mold to be considered attractive or worthy. It is important to remember that beauty is subjective and diverse, and true beauty comes from within, not from conforming to social standards. Consumer culture is a pervasive way that society pressures us to conform, as it often promotes the idea that happiness and fulfillment can be bought through material possession and experiences. From the latest fashion trends to the newest gadgets, consumer culture can make us feel like we need to keep up with the Joneses to be considered successful or happy. However, it is important to remember that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from external validation or material possession. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is a powerful way that society pressures us to conform, and it often makes us feel like we need to be constantly connected and engaged to be considered relevant or important. From social media to the social events, FOMO can make us feel like we need to be everywhere and do everything to be considered successful or happy. However, it is important to remember that true fulfillment comes from being present and engaged in the moment, not from constantly chasing the next big thing. The goal to conform into society is one that seeks external harmony. People who choose to take this path want to see their society continue to benefit others in positive ways. One of the outcomes of this process is to distribute work fairly throughout the group. Everyone pays their fair share in productivity, taxation, and even volunteerism. The group sees that there is a greater good which can be achieved when everyone works together to accomplish a goal. The company that a person chooses to keep becomes a direct reflection of the success that they are able to achieve. If you are surrounded yourself with positive influences, then your desire for conformity will create beneficial outcome for you. The opposite occurs if you surrounded yourself with negative peers. Bad influences can ruin your chances at success in a variety of ways. Students might find disconformity, for example, leads them to smoke or use drugs against their will because they want to be accepted by their peer group. That can lead to health issues and poor grades. Also, there's something to remember. Conformity also increases the chance of depression. The fear of social rejection is something that most people face at least once in their lifetime. It creates a feeling that compels you to blindly follow the people that you want to be or you would like to be with. Most don't even give it a second thought. The moment that you express an opinion in front of this group that doesn't jive with what the majority believe is right, then there's a good chance that negative influences will be placed upon you to change your mind. If you succumb to this pressure, then the emotional reaction in either direction increases the chances of depression forming over time. The actions that groups play some individuals to make them conform creates a dangerous issue because it forces a loss of personal identity. Each person is uniquely different from every other. You might choose to go to the party and be a designated driver because you don't like alcohol. If your friend starts teasing you because you are not drinking like they are, however, then you can be coaxed into doing something that you don't want to do. That means you are behaving in a way that is contrary to what your value systems dictate. So, next time you're out there trying to imitate other people, then just think twice before you choose which group you want to be. Remember, embracing your uniqueness is a powerful tool, and that's all you need in your life. Life is always challenging, so be careful and take advantage what you can and stay away what's not helpful for your life. So thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.